It's kind of a little loud. I can hear my background music more than I can hear myself think. Anyway, this is camp number 3. This right here, as always, is my power workstation. Like I have said in other videos, when it comes to your workstations, each one of them performs something different. Like this one does weapons, this one does armor and clothing, this one is tinkering workbench. It pretty much does electronics, weapons, and stuff that sounds like it would go along with the tinker's part of the things. This is a chemistry workstation. This one is one that I got off of one of the boards. Now, one of the cool things what happens when you complete one of those what do they call them? Scoreboards. I don't know I haven't figured out everything I got, but you actually get to keep it. So it is now this, and I can, if the stupid, it's probably the stupid controller. Put it right there. So there. So now you can see that I have the City of Steel, and the only way that you get one of these is when you've completed it. So if you run across the player that has this, then they've had one. So season 10 is wrapping up on Tuesday, because that's when these guys reset their servers, do downloads, everything is configured for the weekly. That's when all the weeklies are done then. So it's so now I was going over this, and we got to the effects, the specials. That's your ability cards. I mentioned those a couple of times in a couple of thingies, but those are your ability cards. Whatever your total ability points are, that's what points it shows. Okay, collection, this is how much caps you have. That's our money. Stamps, that's something new they added. Ultrasight charge, that's something, that's the, we have to get a whole ultrasight battery for the new thing with the expedition. So we have to fill up a ultrasight battery to 100%. So that it would be so as soon as that gets to 100%, then I can do an expedition. Perk coins, that's how you rank up your cards. The special things here, this is because each one of the cards, some of them are rank upable and some of them are not. But these perk coins, that's what you use to rank them up. I don't know what this is. This is our secondary premium currency. It's one above. It's one in game. It's not. I don't even know if you can buy it outside the game. So I don't know if you can even buy it outside the game. And then your caps. That's the main currency. Legendary currency. That's what you get for selling legendary weapons and other miscellaneous, because they're a mod. And when you sell them, you get legendary script, which you then use to buy more legendary weapons. And badger badges, and these badges we'll get to them in a minute, because right now we're here, it doesn't explain nothing. So there. Okay, so then the cards, the perk cards. Let me see. Maybe I'm not in the right section. Oh, there they are. So these are the cards. You can rank up. I don't know if you can rank up the whole. You get a total of, I think, 50 points as you rank up your level and when you get to 50. And I don't think they go above that. But so I could think you get a total of 50 of these points. But you see how towards the bottom there's 2 stars. This one could rank up to 2. This one can rank up to 3. Hacker is rank. You have to have, just like with the lock picker, you have to have all three hackers in order to the physical card in order to. This one ranks up to 5 though. The gunsmith here. I don't know if it opens up more spots because your intelligence won't go above 15. None of them will go above 15. And each one of these cards gives you a different perk. So you got all these cards that help you do different things. Now I was telling my one friend about Aqua Girl the other day. This is Aqua Girl. You no longer take rads from swimming, and you can breathe underwater. That one's a must if you are it because of the water. Because if you don't, you'll take rads. This will give you a little bit more of a rad resistance. So ranking that up is good. Fireproof is good. These are your endurance, your perception, and then your strength. Mine, I decided to rank up endurance, charisma, and intelligence first. Maybe I probably should have ranked up agility a little bit. But you know, it makes more sense for my character to accelerate in one of these areas anyway, because she's a girl. Strength is more or less for the guy characters. I don't know if that puts a stifle on it or not. Then you got once you get to, like, I forget where it is, 25 I think is your first card. But then you unlock your legendaries here. And then each ones can rank up, and if you pick them like I have, where you use the legendary card for perception, then it gives you more, opens more spots in the perception, and so on and so on and so on. When I get to 300, then I unlock my last spot. I don't know if there's any more spots after that, and then you can put legendary. You can put these legendaries. There's other legendaries that you can pick. They give you other stuff. I wanted to give these cards a boost, so I gave these cards a boost. And so when you scrap one of these cards, because maybe this card isn't you, or maybe you never think you're going to use it, then you scrap it by pushing options, and then you get 2 perk coins, and those are those perk coins I was shown from the other thing. But we're not going to scrap that one today. So that's not what we're doing today. So another thing with the Pip-Boy is then you got items. This is your new items that you acquired. This is where you equip and unequip weapons. So if you want to, usually you can switch between 2 weapons, but you still have to come here and equip them. So like if I'm using this one, and then I want to equip, I have to equip this one if I want to use this one. And then I switch back to this one, and then when you push your thumb pad to the left, that's that little X thingy on your left hand side, and you push it to the left, the left side, then it'll switch you between those 2 guns. And then if you have grenades, this is where the grenades will be listed, and they don't affect that at all. Now my grenades are equipped, and I can now use them. And this is fireworks, just as it says. Trail fireworks. You either equip them or the grenades. We just got that as a login gift the other day. This is where you equip your armor. See, this is where my armor is. When you're in your power armor, then the individual pieces will show up. If you're not in your power armor, then just your power armor will show up as one thing. Only when you're in it will it show up as all 5 pieces. So basically you have the same as if you were wearing external, the regular armor on you. So you got arms, legs, chest, and helmet. Except for the other one doesn't have a helmet. This is where you equip your clothing. See, I have a couple of outfits that I acquired from being in from the atomic shop. If you see my character before, she has not been changed. All I did was give her a hairdo. That's it. So all I changed about her is her hairdo, because I have a couple of different hairdos. One I haven't bought, one I didn't get yet, and the other one they gave me as a logon gift, and this is it. And all I just went and did is went into change your character and selected it, and there it was. And another thing that about this game is that you can to go into settings. I was also telling a friend of mine about these settings. So you go all the way down here to settings, and we'll change your appearance. This is it. It doesn't cost you no premium currency of any kind. This is because we got the atomic shop, so we got atoms to use in the atomic shop. This is the scoreboard. See, I've completed it all the way. We still continue to get bonuses. Like if I get the top left, right all the way to the thing again, then I'll get some legendary mods, and that's how you make legendary weapons. If you don't get them from a legendary animal or beast or robot or whatever. Anything in this game can be legendary. And then these are the challenges. You can access them either by pushing this button or the other. Now these are separate from the other things, and I guess since we're here, we're going to get into them. These are the dailies. Wow, format an alcohol beverage 10. I guess it's a good thing Drac isn't going to be on there, because he won't let me talk him into trying to get that, so he can't format it 10 beverages. So I guess I can go format 10 beverages. Let's see. And then you got weekly. These are the ones that you should have completed by the end of the week, which of course Monday at 10 a.m. that's my time. Depending on where you are, that'd be midnight. If you're on the East Coast, that'd be noon on the East Coast. And then these are your character ones. At the completion of each one of these, you get atoms and some perk coins. That means you can level up stuff. See, and if you explore Appalachia for 76 hours, then you get 760 atoms. That's a lot of atoms. You can buy a lot. You can buy stuff at least with that amount of atoms. It's quite a bit of atoms. Then you got your survival ones. Those are the ones that are checked, of course, are the ones that I've completed. The ones that I have not done are still at the top. You got your combat, destroy a robot with a pistol, and all that other stuff. Then you get the atoms to the right. You got your social ones. And once you've completed these, you get atoms again for all these reviving players. I don't know why they made it 76. I mean, it's because of the name of the game, but it's still stupid. And then down here where it says world, this is where those ones come into play. See, you collect holographic games. I only got one more to get, and then I've got all of them, and yes, they are games. Games within a game. The first game you got to make sure you get before you get. I think you get it out of your computer before you leave your room after you've created your character. So in addition, of course, you can't even leave the room without just something my friend Rowdy pointed out to me. You can't even leave the room unless you have your Pip-Boy on your wrist. So, but you got to go to your computer and you got to get the first one from there. It's called Nuka Tapper. It's basically, if anybody who grew up in the 70s, it's just like Tapper. They put Nuka on it so that maybe they can get away with cannibalizing it. And then these right here are all comic books. If you do Sophie's mission, she says that she took her comic book collection into space, and maybe this is why we got to collect those. Then you got to hack so many terminals, pick so many locks, and then here's the top of the badges. Badger, Tadpole. I think Tadpole's the first one. We have to complete that. We'll do that in a minute. But this is what you have to do in order to complete that. You have to test your knowledge. You have to complete the Pioneer Shooting Scout test. Shooting test. You got to repair, which I still have to do. I still got to repair my my crossbow one more time, and then I got to kill with my crossbow. I got to kill 50 enemies, and they're pretty much like this. So to get these badges, you have to do these things on them. And then this is the take a picture one that I think I was telling my one friend about. Take a picture of a creature. It doesn't matter whether it's alive or dead. And you just got to take a picture of these creatures. This angler is a bad thing, so dead would be a good thing for it. Hey, see the bee swarm? I took a picture of that. Took a picture. I didn't get a picture of the blowfly, blood bug. Yeah, and these bugs are huge. I guess they got exposed to the radiation and made them grow. Picture of a death claw. He's pretty. I think I've done a thing on. I know I've fought a couple of death claws. Take a picture of a frog.
It's hard work.
Crawler. Is that one that we can think? If it's the one I'm thinking of, they're not dangerous. A lot of the animals in here aren't dangerous.
I just can't shake these nightmares.
The honey beast isn't one of them. The hermit crab isn't. Wow, you're supposed to take a picture of a hermit crab? Wow. Well, learn something every day. Anyway, you take a picture of these different beasts and you get 80 atoms. Yeah, and they do have hermit crabs in here. But if anybody knows anything about hermit crabs, because I know I used to own a hermit crab, and they were I could fit one in the palm of my hand. Guess what? How big these ones are. If you said a little bigger, no, they're a lot bigger. I'm not exactly sure, but they use this one van in the game as a home, and it's a pretty good sized van. So we're talking, big flipping at least a van, minivan, small bus type of a van, and it's like, wow. And yes, they're evil. And then you just discover all those, you get all those. Now, so those are your challenges, not to get confused with daily quests. Daily quests are all the way here in data. See, these are your main story mode type quests right here. Wow, I thought they was secondary. Anyway, these are your quests. Back to the basics. That's where you got to go to the military base and go through the 3 military training exercises, and then you do the 4th one, which is a live fire exercise where you have to do 2 or 3 waves of robots. There might be 4 or 5. I'm not exactly sure. Belly of the Beast. That's the first one is not a daily, but it's a main thing. Then it becomes a daily. Bunker Buster, that's the one I was talking about, how you join the Enclave. You have to do that one first. To join the Enclave, Defiance has fallen. You have, if you come across this one, you have to have your military ID in order to do that one. Duty Calls, that one I think is, I forget which one that one is. But all these you do in the course of the game. So as long as you do your dailies, you're pretty good. See, Officer on Deck, that's the one you do for the Enclave, and that's where you rank up and become a general. If you complete this one, then you become a general, and then so one of us is when you join the Enclave, and then you get this one, and then when you're done with that one, then you become Death, and after you've launched a missile, then you get this one done. So you have to launch a missile to complete this one. I forget what that one is. Mother of Invention. That's one of the Brotherhood of Steel missions. Out of the Blue. That's one of the Brotherhood of Steel missions. Over and Out. That's one of the Brotherhood of Steel missions. Overseen. That's one you do for the Overseer. Property Rights. That's the Brotherhood of Steel mission. I forget which one that one is. Reclamation Day. That's the first one you do when you walk out the vault and you're clear of the vault. Bam, that one's done. So that one's like takes no effort to do. You just walk out the vault, make sure you get everything before you leave, and you're done with that. Secrets Revealed. That's one of the ones you do when you do, because you either got to side with the Foundation or you got to side with the Crater, and you help them with Vault 79. Strength, let's see. And then once you do that, then you have access to the Gold Vault, which is right here, which basically is Fort Knox. When you go in it for the Crater, you go in through this cave. When we go in through with them, we come in through here. So the basement of this is, and then we drill with a big drill. It's one of the reasons why you have to complete a mission called Mother Load. Otherwise you can't do it from this angle. So I figured I'd point that out. So, and then your side missions. This is where Sophie is. This is the one I'm still working on. So those Pioneer Scout badges, this is where you got to complete them to get this done. So I got to get 3 of them done, and then I still got one more values thing to do, and then this is done. And this is, I don't know if there's going to be any more side missions, because these are your mains, these are your sides, and then these are your dailies. Your dailies will always flip back around. I think it's every 24 hours. The game's very anal about that. And these are the 3 you do to get those ultrasight batteries charged, so you can go on the expeditions. Buried with Honors. That one's not even hard. That one's so easy a child can do it. The only part about it is you got to make sure that you, when you get to the cemetery, you got to kill the dogs, because that's what's there. Some ravenous dogs, and then there's like a blood eagle. They're not like the baddest bad guy. They're like maybe a level 3 maybe. And then Lucky Hucker, that one's a really easy game to do. I don't know if it's still glitching or it does that automatically. Not really hard. Cop Squatter, you just got to go to wherever, under Thunder Mountain Substation, and remove all the squatters, which is basically Scorched or some other stupid thing. But these, like I said, these are dailies. Any ones that you've completed will appear below that line. So all these darkened ones are ones that I've already done, even if I've done them over and over and over again. I guess it shows you how many times you think. And then if you have an event that you've completed, these are the events. I don't know when or if this one's kind of flip around again, but this was some special Phasia Day. It was a kind of a parade one that happens, I don't know how often, so it's not like an event that's like common. This one you have to launch a nuke at it to start it. This one's probably one of the first ones people will do. And then the rest of these, as you find them. This one, I don't know how you activate that one. This one, I don't know how you activate this one. I think this one, no, maybe not. That was that special one in the Path to Enlightenment. You know what's messed up is that I did a lot more events than this, and they're still not showing up. Like, I know there's this one that I always do over here. Let's see, we can go do it right now, probably. See, and this is an event. We're gonna go do an event because we have to do an event anyway. But this is one of the events that you got to do. But those, everything from the Pip-Boy, that's daily quests, side quests, and main quests. They're not challenges. The challenges are separate. So when somebody says I got to complete my daily challenges, then you know that has nothing to. Neither one of them has one to do with the other. Now the two that are here is either Grafton Day. Oops. No, I don't want to make you his friend. I'm trying to go to the
Yeah.
Grafton
Come back to this.
Gonna try to go to the Grafton thing. See, I'm all maxed out on legendary script, so anything further, I'm just gonna either have to scrap. I don't think you can scrap legendary. I think you have to sell it. I don't know if you can scrap legendaries, but you can only have 50 or whatever it was. Scrap 500,000 or whatever it was. That's all you can have of that particular kind of script. Alexa, what time is it? So I don't know why this one isn't showing up. But at all train stations, well, I guess we can do that really quick before we do the other. I don't know if I could do it when I come back. Is you will find this medical vending machine. It has separate medications from the vendor. Sometimes he has good stuff, sometimes he don't. Stim packs are your friends. The diluted ones, they're okay, but the full in a real pinch, they're better to use them. A good one here that I've used when I really need to is some Buff Out's really good and Cycle's okay, and this one right here is good to raise your intelligence quotient and perception by 2. So you can, it's most people use it for picking locks. It helps you pick locks better.
If you have supplies to trade, I can be of service.
This is the Pioneer Scouts. When you read this paper, that's when you get to go and join the Scouts. So I don't know if there's anything I want to get here specifically. Let's see here. I don't want to sell that. Maybe when I get it wore down a little bit. Does it use the ultrasight ones or the other ones? No, it uses the other ones. Okay, good.
You.
See, I don't.
Now trading for
I don't know why you're hitting on me, dude, because it won't even work.
And gear.
What do you mean?
My game is in pacifist mode, so you can't hurt me, I can't hurt you. So you're wasting your time.
What is pacifist mode?
And besides, you don't want me as an enemy. And if you start shooting or trying to kill me,
Wait, you can turn people into enemies?
I will delete and I will block you, and you'll never be able to be friends or even know where I am, especially in this game. That's one other thing I like about this game. I mean, you can't automatically block people through the game like you can. But once they're blocked, then the game, you know, as long as they're blocked on your PSN, then they are forever blocked, and they can never be where they can never know where you are. So you will always so you will never ever hear them or never be able to associate with them ever.
Right upper has been broken. Ayo.
There's my one event completed, so that completes one of my daily challenges.
Ayo, bro, can you help me out? Wait, you can actually kill people on here?
And the completing the daily events and stuff,
Hey,
it kind
dude,
of
can you
gives
cover
you
me real
plans
quick?
that you need to build stuff, which is good.
Hey,
You can't build anything in this game without the plans, most of the stuff, but most of the plans
no,
you
what
get
I mean
from
is you can actually
doing
bro,
events
are
such
you
as
even
this.
listening
Now
to
that
me?
I have
I don't.
done
You can
this
actually kill
event,
people on this game.
now that I've done this event, see, I go into my Pit Boy under
No,
events,
what
and
I'm
this
saying
event
is,
doesn't show up for some odd
I don't
reason.
even. I never knew you could actually kill people on this game.
But it doesn't show up.
So how do you kill people on?
But there's two events that that can be here, and Grafton Day is one of them. Of course, I think it's been locked in Grafton Day because it was Grafton Day 2 days ago. Yeah, when I modded this gun, I made it a legendary, and then I added
Hey yo, dude,
some
can you
stuff
tell
to
me?
bring it almost to 100
Like,
damage.
Yo, dude,
So it's like 90 something.
dude,
think
you
the
can
game
actually
doesn't
kill on
like-
this game.
Like, no, let you mod, but it doesn't like it. It seems like whenever I'm using this gun, I kill it quicker than anything else. Usually this place is filled with super mutants. Somebody must have came in here and cleared them the fuck out. Usually there's another one called Protest. You gotta go kill the protesters. It's not multiple waves like some of the other events. It's just one wave of protesters. Maybe two tops. Because he says this protest is the mayor. He says, things are getting out of hand. I'm sending in the Wyatt troops, and then you end up being surrounded by robots. And then after that is when it's complete. So it might be two, the regular Scorched and maybe a line of robots. This is the mayor, in case anybody doesn't know. Yeah, this is the mayor. He started out as the mayor's assistant. The actual mayor is right here on the floor. Still. So that's the mayor right there. The actual fully elected mayor. But the computerized mayor, now the computerized mayor, this is the mayor's assistant now. It became the mayor, I guess, because the real mayor, died in his office, and we don't know how that came about. But this is the mayor's office. In the game, you come here because you're supposed to go. You're supposed to visit all the places that the overseer has visited, and this is one of those places the overseer has come to. So, because you got to find all of her stash boxes, and this is one of them. See, I probably didn't show that, but it's right there behind the computer. Now the computer for Sophie, it's basically, see, the middle section is the part that actually talks. So basically, she looks, the one that I have to destroy to see whether I'm going to destroy is kind of thingy. If you watch my other character, what's her name? But Vanessa, I think. No, Rachel. I haven't done that part yet, so it'll be there when I actually do it. So it's that one's still coming up. But basically, there's other computer components, and she's not red, and she's called Athena. But that's the thing that's something like that is connected to, is what was connecting because she's basically just connecting Sophie's brain to a computer, so she's a connection device. And she was trying to get Sophie's attention. The Grafton monster, these holotapes can be played in your
Hey dude,
in your
yo commander.
Pit Boy, which is that risk computer. for all those who don't know.
Can you help me get an explosive weapon or something? Cause
I don't have my headphones on because
I heard explosive weapon.
nobody was talking to me, so I'm not really hearing what he's saying. So if you can hear me, dude, that's why I can't hear you. And why you can hear me, because I'm doing a YouTube video. So that's why it's like that. But that's what I was gonna try to accomplish for this video, to try to, you know, explain, you know, the dailies, weeklies, and stuff like that. If anybody wants to know more about the Pip-Boy, let me know down in the comments. I did a video about him once, but if there's anything that anybody wants to know, see, this is one of those recipes. This is how you learn how to make that, by getting, because you can find these recipes. Sometimes other players find them, get them, and they already have them, so they just dump them off. I mean, sometimes you can sell them in your vending machine, and somebody might buy them. But something I recently found out, well, not recently, but I found out that all that takes up space in your stash box. So you want to, you don't want to keep. That's why I've been removing a lot of the stuff that was in my stash box, because, you know, I have to make room for other stuff, and that was some of the stuff. Although I do have a lot of mods in my vending machine. This is where you sell off legendaries. There's one of these in every train station. But you can still sell legendaries at the train station and get money. I always thought you got a combination of both, but I don't know if you do. The one that I was talking about, this one daily that you can do, that's really easy to do, is over here at the curator. When you first come over here, this one's not even hard. It's so easy a child can do it. Alexa, what time is it?
The time is 9:26 p.m.
Okay, so maybe, I don't know how many more things I'm going to do. And then I'm going to probably, I don't know if I'm going to be playing with a friend of mine Red Dead or not, but I'll probably be playing Red Dead maybe at about 10. So I figure I'm just killing time to see if I'm gonna go play it. I don't know. My PlayStation went out last night while we were in the middle of our game. So you gotta go talk to the curator. So I don't know if you have to listen to him the first time or not. I usually don't. You just click on him. Once it says complete, then you'll just let him go on babbling, and then you just come up here. And he tells you that he's got a Civil War soldier, but when the Grafton mayor assigns this to you, that's one of the reasons why I pointed out what the mayor looks like and where the mayor is, because you will hear the Grafton mayor, and that was just to show you where he is and, you know, why he is what he is. And you just pick up these bones, and off you trot to the cemetery. Now, after you've been to the cemetery, you can actually fast travel there. But this is a daily. It comes up, I don't know if it comes up every day, but it comes up at least every other day. And the dailies you really don't have to do. Hey, is he been here all this time? I don't know. I never noticed him before. Which vault is he from? He must be from Vault 51. Not Vault 51. I mean, he's from, what's that one vault? Oh, 94. He's from Vault 94. I think I didn't do a full-fledged video on Vault 94, but I done a kind of a brief look at it. One of these days when I get, you know, in a real shooty mood, that ain't today. Been kind of bummed out about a few things, so I'm not in one of those moods that I'm gonna go do it tonight. See, the Blood Eagle is right down there at that van looking thing, and that right there is also what the I think that's the van. That's also the van that the hermit crab is in. Is this very van? Half. If you run across one that's half cut off, or the face is cut off, that's he could be in there. And he comes out and he's defectively a little bigger than that. He comes out and then he and they will attack you, but you can just outrun them or kill them, whichever you choose. That bear-looking thing down there, they have some weird wog-eye or something name. It's just, to me, it's just a stupid bear. Kind of mean. It's a little bit more meaner than the ones in Red Dead, but you know, you can cook them and eat them for food. So you know, there's that. Place the body in this grave, and every time you do this, it is the same grave. Then you come in here. It's like somebody already killed the dogs. Stole the shovel. There's another shovel up here in case the first shovel is gone. There it is. So you get it. You can clean this place out of uniforms if you want. Black powder pistols, and yes, they are black powder. And then looks like they did clean this place out mostly. The only thing they didn't clean out a lot of was the outfits. But it looks like they opened all the things. See, and there is some ammo in there for those guns if you want to shoot them. Some people shoot them, level them up and stuff. That's evil. Then you can find this food lying around, and for some reason it doesn't make you sick. Go figure. Okay, once we have the shovel, this is one of like 5 or 6 dogs that will attack you. Grab roach. Wow, it's a glowing creature. Wow, that's cool. I didn't even have to go look very far to get that one done. Okay, well, good for me. I don't know if I'm going to get all 5 to get the golden star. I know I'm not out of weapons yet. So there's my flipping 3. I saw it move that time. Then you gotta equip your shovel like it's a weapon. So you gotta go to weapons, find shovel, click on it, and now you're using this as a weapon instead of your weapon. But the thing is, you can still use that little switch to switch back to your main gun. And there, that daily challenge is done. Daily quest is done. Let's see. I don't really want the shovel, so we can come and we'll put it in the locker, foot locker. I don't even know how it fits. We can put that in there because I really don't want that. And we can put that one in there. There. All I would do is go sell it. Some players, you know, just go sell it when they're done with it. I do, you know. But the problem is that if somebody else has to do this, they can't do it because unless another shovel appears. So there's that one. What was that other one I was going to do? That one was pretty easy to do. One of the other events I've done, I've even done a video on it. I don't know if I ever deleted it or not, was down here at Poseidon Energy Plant. I did the restart of it. I might do that one more time, but it has been a few days before I've done it. Now this is the one where that one event is tea time, but there's also a daily here. Oh crap, did I forget to get the honey? See, my first primary base is buy some bees, so I just go there periodically and get honey. But this one's just as easy. All you got to do is go get the honey and take it back to him. So you have two choices. You can either get the honey before you go and visit him, or if you go and visit him, then he sends you to go get the honey. But if you already know where honey is or have some, then don't bother. And I think I got to get some. Let me see. Hope I didn't eat it. And with all Red Rockets throughout the whole game, the Red Rocket gas station, there will always be a stash box here. This stash box is a universal stash box. Right now it says it's mine, but actually if another player shows up to this stash box, guess what? It's theirs. And if another player shows up to it again, guess what? It's theirs. That's why I said universal stash boxes. We all use it. Everybody in the game uses it. Okay, so I have 7, so I just need 3. Now I have the 10 that I need to do the quest.